So then في وجه التسمية بالألقاب التي لقب به أقسام القرآن. So everything in the world of possession, this is called عالم الملك, right? عالم الملك والشهادة. Mulk is what you can see. Anything you can see is part of the mulk. And obviously what you can see on a microscope. عالم الغيب is what you cannot see. That's called the malakut. So he's saying that the سبب التعبير عن معاني عالم الملكوت في القرآن بأمثلة من عالم الشهادة. So why the entities of the invisible world are explained in Quran by means of similitudes from the visible world. So whenever Allah is trying to explain to us the unseen world, He uses the visible world to teach us analogies, qiyas, because this is the great genius of the human being, is that we're able to work in analogies. This is how He's created us. So how to find the connection between the visible and the invisible worlds? So the know with certainty, he says, that the secrets of the visible world are veiled from the souls which are defiled by love of the world. So hubb ad-dunya will actually be a hijab. It will veil you from the knowledge of the malakut. It will veil you. The shells of the Quran are not opened at all to reveal its jewels to those who are unmindful. So the shell, there's people that can learn the shell knowledges, but to open the shell and get the jewels, that is work. That's the ghaus, right? So he uses these allegories of jewels and valuables in the Quran. So here he has for us the red brimstone, al-kibrit al-ahmar, which again has the three, and then the tiryaq al-akbar, which is the antidote. Those are all of the reasons why you should believe in the Quran. And they cure the destructive poisons entering your mind. So it protects you from all those negative ideas that are out there. And then al-misk al-alfar, which is, these are shay yastashabuhu al-insan. The misk al-adfar is something that those of you who have traveled to certain places, there are certain people that have this misk, which is not, you can't buy it in the marketplace. And there's also places where you can smell it. There are places in Medina where you can smell it. There's actually a place in Baqiyah where it's very strong, and there's a place at Uhud, if you go to Hamza, Sayyidina Hamza's grave. And the first time that we were there, because we were told you have to go a certain time, which is when it comes, we literally, and somebody's here who was with me, we literally almost passed out. It was so strong. And it's something people have access to. It's not something like that you can't smell. And it's not from this world. And it's saints, you know, the Christian saints that are these pre-Islamic saints, their places have them as well. The Christians know about this because they have the same thing. So this is something Allah gives certain people. Imam Nafi', when he spoke, people could smell it from his mouth. So it's just by Allah. And then the oud. So these are what happens when, you know, these shayateen get what they deserve, which is a great blessing. So the red brimstone, that which turns the essence of the soul from the vices of a beast and the error of ignorance to the purity of the angels and their spirituality. Because we are between the angels. We have an angelic nature, which is our immaterial nature. And then we have our bestial nature, which is our material nature. Allah's made us a hybrid. So we have this hylomorphic coming together. Allah calls it a khalq jadid, right? ثُمَّ أَنشَأْنَاكَ خَلْقًا آخَرَ. Like we created you another creation. So when the ruh was blown into the material body, it became another creation. So we are this coming together of the material and the immaterial into one. So we have the gravitational pull of our of our materiality, and then we have the spiritual pull of our immateriality. And so depending on which one you feed, like if you're feeding the bestial, it gets stronger and stronger. If you feed the other one, it gets stronger and stronger. So one pulls you up. لا تنفذون إلا بسلطان. You can't penetrate it unless you have sultan. So it takes power. And then the other one will pull you down and destroy you. So that's the red broom. And then the cures for the poison of heresy, passions, and errors entering the soul. That's what the Tiryaq al-Akbar does. And then the fame of a person of knowledge spreads everywhere, like musk, even if that person prefers obscurity. So Ibn Ata'illah says that he said, Man kan yuhib al-khumul fahuwa abd al-khumul. Khumul to modern Arabs means laziness, but in traditional Arabic it means, like if you say in Saudi Arabia khamil, they think it means lazy. Is that Syria too? Yeah. So khamil. But khumul is actually somebody nobody knows about. So, طُوبَى لِمَنْ أَخْمَرَ اللَّهُ ذِكْرَهُ. It's a blessing to be obscure. It's a tribulation to be well known. But he says, إِن كُنْتَ تُحِبَّ الْخُمُولَ فَأَنْتَ عَبْدُ الْخُمُولِ وَإِن كُنْتَ تُحِبَّ الظُّهُورَ فَأَنْتَ عَبْدُ الظُّهُورِ وَعَبْدُ اللَّهِ سَوَاءٌ عَلَيْهِ أَظْهَرَهُ أَوْ أَخْمَلَهُ. Yani the abd of Allah, it's the same whether he becomes well known or whether he's kept in obscurity. It shouldn't be something you seek. If you seek it, you're sick. So that is and one of the ways that it spread is through al-sinat al-husad. So the people that envy the person, they'll actually, they say that's the fire that lights the oud, that burns the fragrance. And so the aloe wood is the smoke that rises from the ashes of God's punishment of the hypocrites and his enemies, and it brings great benefit to the believers. So how much time do I have left? 10 minutes. So the benefit of employing allegories in the Quran, these rumuz are symbols. The Arabs have a name, Ramzi. In Egypt they use that name. Rumuz are symbols. And so, what's the reason, right? Bayan sabab juhud al-mulhidin bil usul al-diniyya. So, what is that reason? So he says these allegories open the doors of the unveiling of the seas of meanings of the Quran to you,